Good morning, everybody. Well, good noon. It's noon time right now. Good noon, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Just Learn It. Today, we're talking about how to be or how to become an e-commerce virtual assistant. And this is becoming very popular now, right? Right? It's becoming very popular. You've probably heard about this, and you may be excited about learning this. I'm just going to show you the basics, teach you some basics about e-commerce VA. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments. And by the way, I have a special bonus for you. As you guys know, I'm doing this for free. This is like a free webinar, and created a bonus. It's a PDF. It's a downloadable and printable PDF called the 5 Top Tools for Drop Shipping. Okay. And these are tools in e-commerce. Drop shipping is related to e-commerce. I'll tell you more about that later. But if you want to get the PDF, 5 top tools for drop shipping, you know what to do. Just hit the share button, share this with your family and friends, and we'll send you that PDF guide. Okay. So once again, share this. We're doing this for free. Share this and type in the comments that you have shared this, and we'll send you this free PDF, 5 top tools for drop shipping. All you need to do is share this video and comment. All right, so we have this bonus for all of you guys, and we're just going to go ahead and get started. If you have any questions, once again, let me know in the comments. So let's dive right into this topic. Okay, so we're talking about e-commerce virtual assistants. So our big, I guess the first question we want to answer is, what is an e-commerce VA? What is somebody who's called an e-commerce virtual assistant? Well, from a lot of us know what a virtual assistant is, right? From the term assistant. It's like an executive assistant who helps online businesses, but instead of getting them coffee, instead of doing like photocopies in person, they do things online, like manage schedules, manage emails, manage customer service, manage websites, and so on and so forth. So that's what a virtual assistant does. And if you want to learn more about virtual assistant, head over to freevacourse.com. We have a free course for you over there. So that's what the virtual assistant does. Now, the difference between an e-commerce VA and a regular VA is just this one single word, e-commerce. It's added, right? We have that word e-commerce before the VA stuff. So when we say e-commerce, when we say e-commerce, what is e-commerce anyway? Well, e-commerce is the online version of buying and selling. Buying and selling. So in the Philippines, we have our top e-commerce website. My handwriting's bad. Lazada. In the US, there's a top e-commerce website, Amazon.com. And we have Lazada. I think that's .com.ph, right? So we have these e-commerce websites. And what you can do here is you can buy stuff online, right? You can buy stuff online. So instead of going into this is a shopping cart. Ooh, I can draw a shopping cart. Instead of going like to a physical store like SM or like Metro, which we have in Cebu, and Ayala Center in Cebu, and buying things and shopping, you can just view stuff online, buy them online. And in the Philippines, one thing that's very popular with e-commerce is even like Facebook posting, right? We see like, oh, there's a product, there are pictures. People can buy stuff on Facebook, just send a PM, do like a deposit or a remittance. So we kind of are familiar nowadays with what e-commerce is, right? So e-commerce VA helps these kinds of businesses, the businesses that post their products on Lazada, that post their products on Amazon, that post their products on Facebook, and especially those that have their color green, though their own websites. Those companies that sell on their own websites. This is the most popular, the most booming kind of e-commerce business are those that sell on their own websites. Why is that? Because when you sell on Lazada, you have to pay Lazada a certain fee. When you sell on Amazon, you have to pay Amazon a certain fee. And when you sell on your own website, companies are able to build their brands better. So companies that sell on their own websites are really looking for these e-commerce VAs. Okay, so now that we know, or let me just say own websites. We have companies that sell on their own websites, right? And if you want to become an e-commerce VA, if you want to become an e-commerce VA, you have to be kind of familiar with not only the skills of a VA, which I'm just going to review them with you. Well, the skills of a VA, of course, I've mentioned this many times. Calendar, email, social media. These are skills that you have to have if you want to be a VA. The Google Calendar, email or Gmail, social media. We have research skills. We have office applications like Microsoft Office or Google Office and so on. So these are all basic skills of a VA. But if you want to be an e-commerce VA, especially helping out companies with their own websites, you have to be familiar with the different, what we call website software for e-commerce. Okay, this is the big thing that separates a regular VA from an e-commerce VA. E-commerce VAs should be familiar with the different website software for e-commerce. And what are these different website softwares for e-commerce? Okay, so we have a few softwares or CMS, content management systems. So these softwares are CMSs, the most popular softwares and CMSs that you should know about. Number one, the most popular one right now is Shopify. Okay, that's the most popular e-commerce software or e-commerce CMS, Shopify. Number two, we have WooCommerce, which is connected to WordPress websites. And number three, we have Magento. That's the third most popular e-commerce software or e-commerce CMS. But if you know just one of them, whether it's Shopify, whether it's WooCommerce, whether it's Magento, if you just learn one of these, then they're all very similar. So if you learn the basics of one of these, then you can apply these same basics into these other softwares as well. Okay, and I'm going to show you like a WooCommerce site later. Okay, towards the end of this. So don't worry, I'm going to show that to you later. But I want to talk to you about the question, why? Why should you become an e-commerce virtual assistant? Well, number one reason is that I don't know if you know what this is. It's booming. This is a boom. Okay, I'm just gonna write boom there, just in case you don't understand my drawing. E-commerce is booming. E-commerce is continuously growing. There are predictions that e-commerce is gonna grow by at least 200% in the next 3 to 4 years. So there will be an increasing demand for e-commerce virtual assistants. And if you're a regular virtual assistant, then e-commerce is a great skill for you to learn, because you can, instead of just offering your regular VA stuff, you can add this to your skills. You can do more than a regular VA, and because you know more, you'll be more in demand. You can charge higher rates than regular VAs. Like if we say regular VAs who don't know e-commerce, they can charge $3 per hour. E-commerce VAs can charge $5 per hour. More experienced regular VAs can charge $5 per hour. E-commerce VAs can charge $8 per hour. Okay, so as you can see, there is a pretty big difference in the rates that you can charge. And the only reason why you should not do e-commerce VA work, or if you're a VA and you don't, and you don't want to become an e-commerce VA, why you should not do it is if you don't like it. If you don't like doing VA work, then then you won't like doing e-commerce VA work. It's that simple, okay? But otherwise, if you're a VA right now, if you're a virtual assistant, and if you don't know what a virtual assistant is, let me know in the comments. I can kind of discuss that a little bit. If you're a virtual assistant and you're okay with the work, you enjoy the work, or you're still learning, then I'd highly recommend learning the e-commerce skills so that you can be in higher demand, you can get more jobs, you can increase your rates and earn more money, right? That's like one of the big things with working online. So if you're earning, you can charge $5 an hour to start off with, even as a beginner, or you can charge $8 an hour if you have a little bit of experience. Now, if you want to become an e-commerce VA, then what? Okay, if you want to become an e-commerce VA, learn basic VA skills first. Maybe you already learn basic VA skills, but if you don't, learn basic VA skills. You have to know how to manage Gmail. That's very basic. Google Calendar, very basic. Google Docs, or Word, Microsoft Word. These are very, very basic stuff. You have to know how to do research. You have to know how to do like transcription. Even if you don't really do this that often, these are skills that I'd say that you have to know. These are like very, very basic skills that you have to have as a virtual assistant. You have to know how to do social media. And I'm sure you're on Facebook right now or on YouTube right now. You know how to do social media. And I'd say, WordPress is also very important. So learn the basic VA skills. And in addition to the basic VA skills, also, if you already know the basic VA skills, learn how to use either WooCommerce or Shopify. Shopify is actually easier to learn, but if you know how to do WordPress, you can learn WooCommerce as well. Okay, so these are the things that I would highly recommend you do. Number one, learn basic VA skills. Number two, learn WooCommerce and Shopify. And by the way, I'm just plugging this. In our VA Bootcamp, Virtual Assistant Bootcamp, which is our paid course, we currently teach number one. Number two, we have some webinars, so we teach number two, and we're going to be adding probably later this year. We're going to be adding modules specifically for e-commerce. Okay, so stay tuned for that. All right, so it's all in our VA Bootcamp, which is over on vabootcamp.ph. This is our paid course, and our free course. If you're a newbie, check out our free course over at freevacourse.com. But if you want to enroll in a paid course, check out our vabootcamp.ph. Okay. Now, I promised you earlier I'd kind of differentiate what drop shipping. So in e-commerce, in the world of e-commerce, I'd say there are many different categories, but let me just write two main categories. In e-commerce, you're selling products, right? So usually you're selling your own products. This is the most common kind of e-commerce, but there's another kind where you sell other people's products. And when you're selling other people's products, the most popular way of selling other people's products is with drop shipping. When you're selling your own products, I won't discuss that too much because that's pretty easy to understand. You have products, either you make them or you buy them from someone else and they're yours now, and then you sell them. But if you're selling other people's products, the most popular way of selling other people's products is with drop shipping. So when you're drop shipping, what you're actually doing, or maybe a company or a client is doing drop shipping, what they're actually doing, let me write here, drop shipping. When you're drop shipping, there is client, okay? So we have the client. What they're doing is they have their website. They have a website that they're gonna show to customers, right? So customers go on the website, and then when they buy something from the client. Okay, so but in a drop shipping scenario, the client doesn't have the product. Remember, they're selling other people's products. So what they do is they have a supplier. And then what they're gonna do is they're gonna tell the supplier, hey supplier, I have a customer who I want you to send the product to the customer. So the customer, what they're going to do, and this is the relationship. The customer buys from the client. The client tells the supplier, hey, I need you to send this product to this customer. So the customer, let's say, what are we going to sell here? Let's sell, I don't know. I can't think of anything. Let's sell coffee. Let's sell coffee. And then so the customer buys coffee from the client. And what the client does is that they don't actually have any, let's say coffee beans, okay? Not actual coffee that you drink, but coffee beans, because it's harder if it's actual coffee. The customer will buy coffee beans from the client on their website. The client, and let's say the coffee beans, are selling them at $50 per kilo. $50 per kilo. The client is going to send the customer info, and then they're going to send money to the supplier, but the money they send is a lot less. They're going to send, let's say, $30 per kilo, so, and then the supplier will ship the coffee beans to the customer, okay? And then, so the client earns $20 per kilo. So this is how a drop shipping scenario works. Very, very much simplified, and it can get a lot more complicated, but overall, this is how it works. All right. So I'm done with the main discussion. Let me know if you have any questions for me, okay? But in the meantime, I'm just going to show you an e-commerce website just to kind of give you an idea of what it's like. So let me share my screen here on my computer. Give me a moment here. Yes, I want to share my screen, and here we go. Oh, so here we have a e-commerce website, coldbrew.ph. And this is, disclaimer, this is one of my own websites. And I'm kind of plugging this. If you want great cold brew coffee, great tasting cold brew coffee, that's better than Starbucks coffee. You can prepare it in 30 seconds. Go over to coldbrew.ph. And we have a coupon code for you guys, a 20% coupon code. If you use the coupon code COLD20, COLD 20, COLD, and then the numbers 20, so COLD20, then you can get 20% off your first order. Okay, and we have some testimonials here, and so on and so on, and we have the products here, and we have some recipes. You can make ice cream and other recipes, but how it works. You add a product to the cart, and then you can apply a coupon code. Let's say COLD20. Apply the coupon, and then you see there's a coupon code. You get 99 pesos off the order, and you can ship to Metro Manila or outside Metro Manila. Outside Metro Manila, it's a bit more expensive because the shipping is expensive. And then proceed to checkout. So just get your address information and so on. And I'm just gonna quickly show you how it looks like in the dashboard. So this is the back end system. You can see what products were sold, what the best selling products are. You can see a list of the different products you have here. Or if you're working for a client, this is like how it would look like for a client. This is how it looked like for the client. They have the products, and you can just edit the products here. What an e-commerce VA would do a lot is they're going to add products to the website. So all you need to do, like here, you just add the product name, product description, the product price, the product picture, and that's it. Very, very simple. And an e-commerce VA, one thing an e-commerce VA can also do is they can manage orders. They can see what orders were made, and they can look at customer information. I'm not going to open any of these because I don't want to show you the addresses, but they can look at the addresses and phone numbers and so on. Okay, so very, very basic. But yeah, that's what an e-commerce VA does as well. Let me see what questions you guys have. Okay, I'm just going to look at your questions here. Okay. Yes, and once again, if you want to get our free PDF, I pin that there, our free PDF, 5 top tools for drop shipping. Hit the share button, share this with your family and friends as well. In the VA bootcamp, we're going to add e-commerce modules, and it's going to be at no additional charge for existing students. So you might as well enroll before we add it. We might increase the fees for the VA bootcamp, but yeah, we're going to add those modules in so that all the graduates can be e-commerce VAs. Yeah. So let me give you some links here. So check out our free VA course. Is over at freevacourse.com. If you're new to this is where I recommend you go. If you want to learn about the VA skills together with the basics of e-commerce, becoming an e-commerce virtual assistant, then you can check out our vabootcamp.ph. And this is a paid course, so we charge for this. Oh, and if you want to get some great coffee, you can go to coldbrew.ph. with a coupon code cold 20 to get 20% off. There we go. Eileen, it's going to be under the bootcamp. So you know how we have modules? We have like an email module, a calendar module. It's going to be in the list of modules. We're just going to add it later this year. So in probably by the third quarter of this year, the webinar, I'm going to add a special bonus section, which will have the e-commerce webinars. And we may add more bonuses in the future. But by around September, October of this year, we're going to have entire real modules for it, which will be in your list of modules. How can I enroll in the VA course? Clarina, head over to vabootcamp.ph. If you want the free VA course, that's freevacourse.com. If you want the paid course, that's vabootcamp.ph. Francisco, for Ecom VA, is it required to be savvy in digital marketing? Not necessarily. You don't, most e-commerce, for most e-commerce VA posts, you need, like, you'll be doing adding products. Like I showed you earlier very quickly, adding products, editing products, managing orders, coordinating with customers for their orders, coordinating with the suppliers. So it doesn't necessarily need you to be savvy in digital marketing, but if you have digital marketing skills, that's also very valuable, a very valuable addition that you can use to charge higher rates as well. Esrael, by buy rate per listing kasi, sometimes I see 30 listings for a certain amount. I'm not sure how much it charges right now, but yes, there are some jobs, especially fixed price jobs, that charge you for how many listings you can make. So you can list the products on a client's website, like an e-commerce or a Shopify website, or an eBay. eBay is also another one. I didn't mention that earlier, but eBay is another big website out there, or Amazon. So there are some that charge that way. And Esrael, what I want you to, if you're considering these posts, just think, how many can you do in 1 hour? How many listings can you make in 1 hour? And if it amounts to, I'd say, like at least $5 or $6 or $8 an hour, and then that's, then you accept the job. But if you compute that you're only going to be earning like $2 or $3 per hour, then you shouldn't consider those job posts. Mari Briagas, can I use my Android smartphone for VA work? Short answer, no, not really. I mean, you can use, if you have a phone and a computer, there's some stuff you can do on your phone, but very, very little. It's very, very limited. So I'd say you have to have a laptop or a computer. And then the phone, you can do some of the tasks, but most of the stuff you'll have to have a computer for that. Prince Hendricks, which e-commerce platform should we recommend between WooCommerce and Shopify? Which is more easy to use? Good question, Prince. If you're talking to a client who doesn't know how to kind of do web design, or doesn't know how to use WordPress very well, then Shopify. Because Shopify, I'd say, is the easiest. Like if it's a client who's very new to starting their business online, Shopify is the easier choice. But if they know how to use WordPress, if they have some skills in WordPress, WooCommerce is what I'd recommend, because it's more flexible. I use WooCommerce for my coldbrew.ph, and whenever I create e-commerce sites for clients, I'd also always use e-commerce because it's more flexible. There's more that you can do, and Shopify is more expensive to use on a monthly basis. That's my recommendation. Emerson, use your phone for Twitter marketing. Yeah, there are some things you can do on your phone. Once again, there are just some things, but you should also have to have a computer. Like a phone is like supplemental. It's additional, but your main way of earning money is a computer, and it's an investment. It's an investment that you should make if you want to be able to work from home and to make money online. All right. What other questions do you guys have for me? Francisco, is it to be good in customer service for ecom VA? If you like the job, if you like the rate, why not, right? I'd say it's up to you, but if you hate customer service, like I don't like customer service, not so much. So I don't like it, but some people like it. So it really depends on you. Emerson, hi Sir Jason. WordPress is the common used by the client for the e-commerce site like eBay, Shopify. No, Shopify is different. Shopify it stands on its own. WooCommerce, WordPress. How do we explain this better? eBay is it's a different company, and they have listings. They have like you can list your product there, but it's not your own website. It's ebay.com. It's a different website. When you're using WooCommerce or WordPress or Shopify, it's your own website. But these things, WordPress is just a different platform or a different OS for your website. Shopify is a different platform or a different OS for your website. So you'd have to kind of choose between that. These are separate things. Gids Tadena, is it possible to have and use WooCommerce even without a WordPress.org account? Yes, you don't have to have a WordPress.org account, but you have to have WordPress installed on the website. Okay, you don't need to create an account. You can just download WordPress from WordPress.org, install it on a website without creating an account, and then install WooCommerce. Still, no need for an account, but right now, WooCommerce highly recommends that you create a WordPress account because they have some features that integrate with WordPress.org. Cheryl, where do you recommend to find clients that are looking mostly for e-commerce VA? Aside from online jobs, Upwork, those are the main sites. You have freelancer.com still. I know there are some e-commerce VAs watching this, so maybe you can recommend some other sites. There's Hubstaff Talent as well. So if you have other sites, please let me know in the comments. Flip, Chat, and Chill, we have that on Monday. And if you do want to see our other videos, we have it on our Facebook page, or you can go to our YouTube, wfhr.io/YouTube. So you can, let me type that here. If you want to check out our other videos on YouTube, inspirational interviews, as well as these learning sessions, head over to wfhr.io/YouTube. Okay. All right. So that's it for today. Thank you guys for staying on. Don't forget to share this if you haven't shared this already, and comment that you have shared this. Otherwise, on Monday, 5 p.m., we had a Flip, Chat, and Chill session over in the Freelancers in the Philippines Facebook group. Thank you, everybody, for staying on, and you have a great weekend. Bye-bye.